Yo, what's going on, good people? It's your homie HerbMan, and you're tuned into a brand new episode of, you guessed it, the Herb of the Day show. All right, now, if you guys are dealing with indigestion, this is going to be the show for you, all right? So I want to give a shout out to my supporters, as I always do. And if you guys are new to the Herb of the Day show, please hit that logo on your screen right there. And please hit that notification bell so that you never, ever miss a daily episode of Herb of the Day. All right. So if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and get right into the Herb of the Day. Let me share my screen here. Guys, please let me know if you guys get it so that we can proceed. All right. So everybody should see this. Again, I'm your host, HerbMan, and this is the Herb of the Day show. All right. Now, so what is our herb of the day? Now, I know a lot of you guys may look at the title right there and see that this herb is called Calumba. All right, Calumba, and it originates from East Africa. So this is one of our few herbs that we can talk about that's from the motherland, Africa, and it is a perennial vine. Okay, it's a perennial vine, and pretty much it grows in tropical climate, and it grows to about the height of 40 centimeters. All right, so you see, I gave you kind of two different pictures. You get the leaf of Calumba, and you also get the root, all right, the dried root. And so that's the one that we mostly going to be talking about here, the dry root format. Now let's look at some of the historical information on Colombo. It is also called Colombo, all right, and the scientific name for it is Jateorhiza palmata. Jateorhiza palmata, all right, and the part used on this particular plant is going to be the dried root. And it has the constituents of volatile oils. It has bitter principle. It has isoquinoline alkaloids. It has calumbin, but it has no tannins. And the real significance of that is most teas, most herbs, when you break them down into a tea format, they will have some tannins in them. But this particular herb does not have the tannins. Now, some of the actions of Colombo is it is a uterine stimulant. All right, so we already know that's going to stimulate the uterus. It also acts as an antifungal, okay? So that's going to be good for parasites and bacteria infections and fungal infections and all those types of things. It also acts as a bitter, and we know a bitter is going to be always good for the digestive system. And it acts as a tonic. A tonic is something that is going to tone and nourish the muscles and tissues within the body, all right? And it acts as a orexigenic, all right? So a orexigenic is pretty much a herb that stimulates your appetite. Okay, so it's going to stimulate the uterus and it's going to stimulate the appetite. So if you're dealing with hunger issues or appetite issues, then this is going to be good for that. It also acts as a hypotensor. Now, for you guys that don't know what this is, it pretty much is a substance that will move structures out of its way within the body. So it pretty much is like a bulldozer. It goes through the body and kind of move stuff out of the way to get to where it's going to go. So in essence, it promotes good flow, okay? And this also acts as a carminative. So it expels gas, another thing that moves things out of the body. Move waste out of its way, move it out of your body. It also acts similar to Goldenseal as a gastric tonic, all right? So if you can't get your hands on Goldenseal because of the overusages of Goldenseal, that we know about now, then this could be a great alternative or substitute for Goldenseal. And also it acts as an anti-flatulent. So if you're having flatulence problem, again, because of its carminative action, it's going to expel the gas, but it's also going to expel it so that you don't be walking around here with a whole bunch of that buildup in your body, put it like that. All right, now the historical uses of Calumba, it was used in weak digestion, okay? And that's because it is a bitter, and because it is a tonic, it would tone and nourish those muscles and those intestines and things of that nature. It's also been used for anorexia because it is an appetite stimulant. And it also was used for menstrual disorders because, again, it moves structures out of the way and it promotes this good flow, okay? And it also, too, has been used for hypochlorhydria. Now, hypochlorhydria, as you can see here, is to stimulate the production of stomach acids to promote the appetite. So again, our stomach has hydrochloric acid in it, all right? And so hypochlorhydria pretty much helps that hydrochloric acid do its thing, okay? And the peptides and all that type of stuff that is in our stomachs, all right? And it's also been used for amoebic dysentery. Now, amoebic dysentery are things that you can catch. They're parasitic, and you can get them basically because of contamination in the water or the foods. And most of the time, you'll see this in third world countries, or things that don't have good water supply, good filters in the food, and just a good inspection, a good quality water and food. Then you can get these parasites. Okay, and so Colombo was used for that, and so that's pretty much. Now, some of the preparations here is that you take it three times a day before your meals. Okay, and then also too, you can use it as an infusion. You do 1 teaspoon to a cup of cold water. All right, and you allow that to steep overnight in the cold water, and then you dose this at about half a cup 3 times a day before your meal. Now, it also too has come in an infusion that you can get, and you just basically dose this at 2 to 4 milliliters. You can also get Calumba in a liquid extract, and you do a 1-to-1 ratio. You do it in about 25% ethanol alcohol, all right? And then you're going to dose about 1/2 to 2 milliliters of this 3 times a day before your meals. Now, also too, lastly, you have a tincture format, and you're going to do 2 to 4 milliliters of that. And lastly, you have it in a powder format. You'll do about 1/2 to 2 grams of this. Now, if you are pregnant, you cannot use this, but for that particular matter, any of the herbs, you want to be very careful if you're pregnant. There's not a whole lot of these herbs that are going to be very good for people who are pregnant. Okay, so please consult your physician if you are needing this. If you feel like this is something that you want to look into, please do your research. Remember that I'm not a doctor, so please consult your physician before utilizing the herb. Now, as you can see, I tried to give you a little bit of essence of the leaves so that you can kind of see exactly some of the signatures of the leaf. But again, this comes in a dry root format. So I gave you a picture of that so you can see. But I like to identify things by the leaves and by the way it looks, because you're going to get a lot of roots that look like that, and you won't know exactly what you're dealing with there. Okay. Now, Calumba is good for some other things here. Again, it's always going to be good for indigestion because of the bitter and the tonic. It's going to be good for anemia. It's going to be good for anorexia. It's been known to be good for cholera, diarrhea, dysentery, obviously, liver diseases, flatulence, fever, morning sickness, nausea, rheumatism, snake bites, vomiting, and wounds. So a lot of this herb particular medicinal value comes in regions where you're going to have different types of diseases. So again, America, we pretty much don't have a lot of cholera here, but a lot of these herbs are really good in the area that they are indigenous to. So if you have diseases that are common in these particular areas, you're going to have herbs that are there in that area to combat those particular diseases. And so that's kind of the good thing about Mother Nature. It's always going to supply us with what we need in the right environments. Okay, but we here at Leaf Vitae Essentials want you to understand that Calumba is most effective for indigestion problems. Okay, like I said, this is going to be very, very good at promoting flow and getting structures out of the way, out of the intestines, and getting structures out of the valves of the body, which is your tubules, which is your intestines, and your arteries, and all these types of things. So when you're talking about indigestion and you're having constipation, and you're having issues with waste, getting waste out of your body, then this is going to be the herb for you. Okay, so that's pretty much everything about Calumba. Again, do your research if you think you're going to need this particular herb. It does come out of East Africa, so just about getting your hands on it. But again, we want to thank all of you guys for your support of this particular channel. Making this station your #1 station for herbal education is our aim. We want you to stay connected, and we'll always join the family. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook. You can always subscribe here on YouTube, and you can follow us at Love HerbMan on Twitter. And you can go to our website too at www.leafofvitaeessentials.com. All right, and you can always donate. We're on PayPal. All you got to do is go to leafofvitaeessentials@gmail.com, and you can always donate via Cash App as well. You go in there and look for Leaf of Vital Essentials. Okay, we're everywhere. We're just trying to get this education out to you guys. You know, is practically free. And so well, it is free, not practically free, but we want to appreciate all of you guys for your continuous support. We do this because we love you, and you know that, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. All right. So, hey, this has been your episode of Herb of the Day. Go tell somebody to go tell somebody. Hey, we love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And until next time, I'm your host, HerbMan. Peace. Yes, sir.